Good morning, everyone. Today is the day, guys. Super excited. What a lineup. The NPEC Mount Up sale at the New Paris Equine Center in New Paris, Indiana is today. What a superb group of horses. The quality is outstanding, and we've got them from 28 inches right on up to draft size, everything in between. A super, super fancy set of horses. They have worked very hard to bring you an outstanding group. The quality and the selection really are tough to match. So I wanted to pop on here to go over online bidding because this sale's new and I'm going to have a lot of new bidders. So sometimes seeing things is a little bit easier than having to read many paragraphs of how to. So first things first, New Paris Equine Center Mount Up sale. It is today. It is at 12 o'clock Eastern time. So 12 noon Eastern time is the start time. If you didn't get a chance to see the previews yesterday, you can absolutely scope those out on the New Paris Equine Center Mount Up Sale Facebook page, which is what we are looking at right now. So if you do not already like and follow this page, definitely go ahead and do that and give it a share if you wouldn't mind, because that's how we grow on Facebook. So if you pop onto the page and you scroll down, you will see yesterday's previews. This is literally about 3 hours long. So you can kind of go through. They go largely in numerical order on the preview, not entirely, but largely. So you can kind of skim through and find your favorites. And then there's a little bit of cattle work here as well. So again, you can find those on the Facebook page. You can find them on the Horse Auctions USA YouTube channel as well if you didn't get a chance to see the live previews yesterday. But let's get over to the online bidding. So we would love to have you join us in person, but if you can't, you don't have to miss out. You can bid live online. And we're going to go over how to get registered and how the bidding process works and all the fun stuff. So first things first, you can bid either on the website or the app. If you are going to be using your cell phone, your iPad, any kind of tablet, mobile device, I'm going to recommend that you use the app. It's just super user-friendly. You do not have to be at all tech savvy to utilize it. And most of my bidders overwhelmingly really like the app. So a couple different ways to get the app. You can, if you're on the device that you want to download it on, you can go to horseauctionsusa.com. And then right here in the upper right-hand corner, it says Our App. And if you click that, it'll give you direct downloads, whether you have an Apple product or a Google Android. Okay. Alternatively, you can go to the App Store, the Google Play Store, go to the search bar and type Horse Auctions. There's an S at the end of Auctions, USA, and it's going to pop up our little icon and you click get or install depending on the store. So that's the app. For those of you who don't want to use the app, you guys can use a website. What browser? It will work in any and all browsers. I recommend Google Chrome because it tends to be the most up-to-date, but it will work in Firefox, Edge, Safari, whatever browser you prefer. But again, I like Chrome. You guys are going to go to bid, that's BID, period, horse, auctions with an S, USA.com and hit enter. Whether you are on the app or the website, the rest of this is pretty much the same. When you first open the app or first navigate to the website, it's going to bring you to our landing page. And as our name implies, Horse Auctions USA, we're all over the place. So lots and lots of sales listed here. They're listed in chronological order, and today is the Mount Up sale. So here's that sale, and underneath that, you are going to click View Auction. On the app, the only difference is that these are laid out vertically to fit your phone or your tablet. So here again, you're going to click View Auction. What that is going to bring up for you is an index, if you will, of the horses that we'll be selling today. Take a little gander at them, guys. Just scroll down through. What a superb, superb, superb group of horses they have got. When you see one you want to know a little bit more about, if you will click on it, it will bring up the horse's complete listing, right? All of their information. And if they've got a video, it's going to tell you they have a video, and it will always be the second thumbnail. So when you first open their listing, there's their first photo. And then if you go to the next one, there's the video. And you just click play, and it will play right there for you in the listing. So that's a little bit about how to navigate. There's a search icon here. So if you are only interested in roans, you can type Roan, and that is going to populate every listing that has the word Roan in it, okay? Again, super selection. Gypsy and Gypsy Crosses, if you are in the market, arguably the best selection you could find in one place. True crossbreds, beautiful crossbreds. Quarter horses, there's some outstanding well-bred quarter horses. There's a Big Star, there's a Stevie Ray Vaughan, there's a Frozen Enterprise, there's a High Hat Cat, some really well-bred animals. So that's how you'll navigate and kind of get through things. So let's talk about registering to bid. You'll notice under every single listing it says register to bid, and that's what you're going to click on. So if you click that, it is going to bring up this window. If you have never ever registered with Horse Auctions USA before, you are not going to put your email and password up here. This is for my returning users. If you're brand spanking new here, you're going to go to this bottom line, no account, sign up here, and you're going to click that. Name, email, password, and continue. If you're returning, you guys are the ones that are going, and it doesn't matter what auction, if you've ever bid with Horse Auctions USA before, email, password here. If you forgot your password, you can put this in here and click forgot password, and it will populate a reset link. If for any reason it does not do that, you can absolutely text me and I will reset it. Again, my name is Bridget. My number's all over the platform, but I'll tell you here too, it's 336-904-8903. So again, try the forgot your password if you have, and if you don't get a reset link in about 10 minutes, shoot me a text with your email address and I will happily reset that for you. So when you register to bid, you are going to have to enter a credit or a debit card. I hate that we have to do it, folks. I really do, but these are the times we live in. So when you register, I need to know that you are a real live human over the age of 18 and you have a valid payment method. And in order to do that, this is what we have to do. So you'll put your card in, and when you do that, Horse Auctions USA is going to get a $1,000 pre-authorization. This is not a charge. Your mobile banking app, 9 times out of 10, is going to send you a notification that looks like a charge. Please don't panic. If you actually get into the banking, you'll see it sitting there as pending, kind of like when you rent a car. That is going to disappear like it was never there at the end of the sale, right? It's never going to complete. It's just going to vanish. So please don't panic. And again, I hate that we have to do it, but we have to protect the sale company and the sellers and ourselves as well. So you do have to put a card in. You do not have to pay for your purchases with that card. When you are done bidding, if you are the lucky winning bidder, you are going to make payment directly to NPEC, okay? The lovely ladies in the office will reach out to you and you can discuss your payment method and when you're picking up and all of that good stuff. I am going to get into my bidder account so we can pretend that I've put my card in so you guys can see. I'm going to tell you to make sure it says remember me on this device unless you're using like a household computer you don't want anyone else, to be logging into, and I'll show you why in just a second. Okay, so here we are. I am now registered and logged in. And how do I know this? Number one, my name is in the upper right-hand corner, okay? Number two, my little prompts that did say register to bid, now they're asking me to place a bid. That's my indicators that, yes, I am logged in and I am logged into a sale that I have successfully registered to bid for. The reason I tell you to make sure you say remember me and tell you to just get in the habit of looking for your name and these prompts, when we're live, auctions are fairly fast-paced. So I've had people, you don't have to have a user account to watch one of our auctions. So I've had people be super excited. They've looked at the horse they want for weeks on end and they're ready to bid. And we get live on sale day and they get on and they're watching the live feed and they never gave getting logged in a second thought. And that horse comes in and at that point they realize they're not logged in. And you may not have time to get out, log in, and get back and bid. So that's why I'm telling you, make sure you're logged in, and that way it doesn't happen to you. Okay, so you have options here. Now that you're logged in, you can favorite something. See this little star here? So you can follow it. You can favorite it, make a list. You can place absentee bids. I'm going to go over bidding live and absentee bidding, and I'm going to do the live and then absentee in that order so I can show you. This lot here, lot 0, sale information and practice bidding, that is exactly what that lot is, folks, and I want to encourage you to use it. The first thing it is an informational lot, right? All the good stuff. What do you want to know? It's all right here on this lot. But the other thing is, yes, this is a practice bidding lot. Well, any bids you place on the horses, any other lot are for real, and they count. This one on lot 0 is just what it says. It's a practice lot. You can place some bids on here, some absentee bids. No harm, no foul. Get a feel for it. They don't count. I don't care what you bid here. Lot 0 is a freebie, right? Knock yourself out. Have fun. So when we're live today, you're logged in. You open up that first lot, the active lot, and you see where it says View Live. You'll click on that. Obviously, we're not live right now, but when we are and you click on that, right here, where this flyer currently is, will be the video feed, and you'll hear things just like you hear it now. I have my own microphone, so I'll be talking to you guys throughout to make sure that everyone has heard what the announcer is said and all of that good stuff. So you'll be watching live, and this right here is the bid button. A little bit about auctions. I know some people have a hard time following an auctioneer, and that's okay. Pretty normal stuff. So if that's you, don't panic. You will hear the announcements quite clearly. They'll be spoken just like I'm speaking to you now. So you'll hear the particulars about the horses just like you need to. And when the auctioneer starts his chant, if you have a hard time following an auctioneer, that's my job, okay? What you need to worry about coming out of that auctioneer's mouth is the dollar amount, right? The bid amount that he's asking for. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stay with that auctioneer, and this bid number is going to change and match what he's asking for. So you just watch this number. So let's just say this is the horse that I've been wanting to bid on, and we're live, and it comes in, and he's asking for 12.5, and I want to bid. So I'm going to click once to bid. See how it says confirm bid? I have not bid yet. This is very important for you, my live bidders. So I haven't actually placed my bid yet. You have to confirm the bid like that. And now there's no question that I have successfully placed a bid, right? It's turned green. It's got little stars here, and it's telling me you're the high bidder. So my live people, pay attention to that. Make sure you click confirm bid, or I'm not going to get your bid. Another thing, again, auctions, fast-paced. Some of you are really well-versed in auctions, and some of you, this might be your first one. Don't drag your feet too long when we're live if you're bidding live, because once that auctioneer says sold, the fat lady has sung and it's over, okay? I can't take your bid. It happens every auction, everywhere in America. We're just getting ready to knock the horse off. The auctioneer says sold and drops that gavel, and bam, my internet chimes in. It's too late and you've lost the bid. So definitely, if you're going to be participating live, just keep that in mind. Don't drag your feet. So that's the live bidding, but as you may have noticed, you can bid now. And what's that all about? Well, we've got absentee bidding, because let's face it, not everyone's going to be able to watch live today. Maybe you have to work today and your boss frowns upon you purchasing horses on company time. Fair enough. Maybe there's a family function. Those are all like obvious reasons why you wouldn't be able to watch live today. But another reason you might want to think about this, a couple of them actually. The first is, if you've got horses, you probably live in rural America. You probably don't live right in the middle of town. And if you live in a more rural setting, you may or may not have the very best of internet and or cell service. Now, when we're talking about live bidding, this is important. I have all the control in the world over what's going on my end, and this facility has fantastic internet. So there's no lag and no delay on my end. However, I can't do a blessed thing about lag or delay on yours. So the area that you live in or will be in today, and if your internet's doggy, if stuff's always buffering when you're trying to download, or you've got one bar of cell service and you're going to be using your phone, might want to think about doing the absentee bidding. Because if you're, again, live and you're laggy and your bid's late getting in, it's over with. The other time that you might want to think about absentee bidding is this. Purchasing a horse for the vast majority of people is a very big deal, right? It's a big decision. Auctions, again, are fast-paced, and you may find the stress of making a decision like that under pressure pretty daunting. So you guys might want to think about this too, because these are bids you can place ahead of time, with no pressure, and really think about it before you place them. Okay, so just a little bit about doing that. So if you find making big decisions under pressure super daunting, this might be a good option for you. And just because you take advantage of the absentee bidding doesn't prevent you from watching live. I have a lot of regular bidders who will place those absentee bids ahead, and then they watch live. And that way, they know their bid is in, they're covered, in case their internet gets wonky. But you can absolutely jump in and go to live bidding if you've placed a bid ahead of time and then it gets up to your maximum and you're like, oh no, I would go a little bit higher. So let's talk about how we do that. You'll notice under each of these listings where it says bid, there's a little drop down arrow. If you click that, I'll open the practice lot here. If you click that, it brings this up. So you click that little arrow and say, create a max bid. I'm going to throw a fairly low bid in here because I would love you guys to get in here and play with this and knock me out. So I'm going to say I've shopped this horse and I like him for $3,000. And I'm going to place that max bid. I want to show you what happens. So you guys just watch me place a max bid and you can see the computer has registered it. It says your maximum, okay? The reason I want to show you this is this. I was already the high bidder on this lot at $1,250. I just placed a bid of $3,000. Do not be afraid to use the absentee bidding option thinking the computer's just going to, wham, whack you in there for your high bid. It's not. The computer's job, once you place that maximum, is to bid on your behalf. And it's going to do that by increments to keep you in the lead for the lowest amount possible. So I was already the high bidder here. The computer says, oh, no reason to raise it. And my bid's going to sit there until one of you comes along and bids against me. And then the computer is going to raise my bid just enough to knock you back out. All right. Up to, but not over, $3,000. So that's how the max bids work. The other thing I want to note on this, if a horse comes into the ring today and an announcement is made that changes the information you had available to you here. So for example, our practice lot comes in and it doesn't say anything down here about him being a cribber, but when he comes in, Mr. Smith, who owns him, says, oh, and by the way, he might crib a little when you put him in a stall. If something like that happens, I am going to take your bid out because that changed the game, right? Now the people on the floor have information available to them that you did not have when you placed your bid. So that's my job, is to kind of be your eyes on the ground. Same thing if a horse comes in and he got trimmed a little short by the farrier and he's three-legged sore today, or they had a little trailer fender bender on the way in and that horse is pretty banged up. I am going to take out, if there's anything, game changing, I'm going to take out any absentee bids to protect you. So that's a little bit about how all of this works. Hopefully that clears up any confusion and takes a little bit of the mystery out of it. You can register to bid now. You can register to bid smack dab in the middle of the auction, although I'm going to encourage you to do it beforehand, because if you get into a little hang up registering during the auction, sometimes I'm not really free to answer my phone, right? I'm running the computer. Do make sure, probably the number one problem people ever have when they register, make sure the address you enter matches the address on the card you register with exactly. Okay, 9 times out of 10, if you're going to have a problem, again, this is a day of, fraud and all that. So companies are working very hard to protect you, and you want to make sure your address matches. That's usually be the biggest thing. That's it. That's all, guys. Really looking forward to a great sale day. Again, start time 12 o'clock noon Eastern time. We'll see you live online. Thank you.